Nobody knows who fired first. Not the British, not the Americans, not historians 250 years later. But within 15 minutes, 8 colonists lay dead on the grass, and an empire had just made the worst mistake of its century. What happens next isn't a battle, it's a manhunt. One column of 700 British soldiers trying to survive a march home through a countryside that has turned into an ambush. The British column reaches Lexington Green, expecting a show of force to be enough. Captain Parker's 70 militiamen are outnumbered 10-1, and he's already told them not to fire first. Then, a shot. No one claims it. No one confesses to it. Within minutes, British regulars, some without orders, open fire on the retreating militia. 8 Americans are dead, 10 are wounded. The British suffer a single injury. To London, this looks like total victory. It's actually the beginning of the end. The British column pushes on to Concord to destroy the hidden military stores, but word has already spread faster than they can march. By the time they reach the North Bridge, hundreds of militia from surrounding towns are waiting. This time, the British are the ones outnumbered, and this time, they're the ones who have to retreat. What follows is 18 miles of hell. Colonial militia fire from behind trees, stone walls, barns, a style of fighting the British have never faced in a European war. By the time the column limps back into Boston that night, they've suffered massive casualties. The countryside itself has become a weapon. Within days, thousands of armed colonists surround Boston. The British Army, the most feared fighting force on the planet, is trapped inside its own occupied city. And in 3 weeks, they're about to walk straight into the deadliest hour of the entire war. On the night of June 16, 1775, colonial forces sneak onto the high ground overlooking Boston and start digging. By morning, the British wake up to find fortifications where there were none the night before. General Gage has only one option: a frontal assault, straight up the hill, in broad daylight. Legend says the American commander gave a simple order: don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. Whether or not those exact words were spoken, the strategy behind them was real. Let the British get close enough that every shot counts. The British charge twice. Twice they're cut down by disciplined volleys and forced to retreat down the hill, leaving hundreds of dead and wounded behind. On the third charge, the colonials run out of ammunition and are finally forced to abandon the hill. Technically, Britain wins the ground, but the cost is staggering, a level of officer and soldier casualties that shocks London. A war they expected to be a quick police action has just proven itself brutal, bloody, and far from over. Bunker Hill teaches both sides the same lesson in opposite directions. The British learn that this will not be easy. The Americans learn that they can stand toe-to-toe with the world's best army and make it bleed. But an army surrounding Boston isn't a country. 13 separate colonies are about to have to answer a question none of them are ready for. Are they fighting for better treatment inside the British Empire, or are they fighting to leave it completely? That decision, and the near-total collapse of the revolution that follows it, is next.